Definition of glass. Before we look at the different types of glass, let's first understand what glass is. Glass is an amorphous solid that is formed when molten material is cooled rapidly before a crystal structure can develop. Because of its transparency, durability, and versatility, glass is widely used in the construction industry for various building applications such as windows, doors, façades, and partitions. Now, let's move on the first type of glass, which is float glass. Float glass has a flat and transparent surface that provides clear visibility. It is manufactured using the float process, which produces a smooth and even glass surface. Next is tempered glass. Tempered glass is processed through controlled thermal or chemical treatment to increase its strength and durability. The tempering process does not alter the light transmission of the glass, so it remains clear while providing better safety and
Let's look at
performance.
how float glass compares to tempered glass across these three key properties. First, let's look at the breakage pattern of these two materials. When standard float glass breaks, it fractures into large, sharp shards. These jagged pieces pose a significant hazard and can cause severe injuries to people nearby, which is why ordinary flat float glass is not used as safety glass. On the other hand, tempered glass behaves entirely different under stress. When it fails, it disintegrates into thousands of small, blunt pieces that are far less likely to cause deep, distinct, safer crumbly behavior. Tempered glass is widely utilized across various industries, specifically as
Moving
safety
on to
glass.
our second property, which highlights the contrast in impact resistance and thermal tolerance. Float glass possesses relatively low impact resistance. Its structural ability to endure sudden force and hold up under pressure is quite limited, making it highly fragile. Furthermore, it cannot withstand high temperatures or sudden thermal changes without cracking. In stark contrast, tempered glass offers significantly higher impact resistance than standard float glass. It is engineered to absorb much greater physical force and can easily resist high temperatures, making it highly reliable in demanding environments. Finally, let's look at how these physical characteristics dictated their versatility in design. Because float glass breaks dangerously and lacks high strength, it is restricted to limited, low-risk applications. Designers must handle it with immense caution, as accidental breakage can become dangerous for human health. Tempered glass, however, unlocks far more freedom for architects and designers. Thanks to its safety features and high durability, it can be seamlessly integrated into different unique, modern, and creative structural applications where safety and bold design must go hand in hand.
Next, we will compare the strength of float glass and tempered glass. Float glass has lower mechanical strength compared to tempered glass. As a result, it is more likely to crack or break when subjected to heavy impact or excessive load. On the other hand, tempered glass is approximately 5 times stronger than float glass because it undergoes a special heating and rapid cooling process. This process increases its strength and durability significantly. Due to its higher strength, tempered glass can withstand greater wind, pressure, heavy loads, and other external forces. Therefore, it is commonly used indoors, windows, facades, and other applications where safety and durability are important. Now, let's look at the fabrication properties of both types of glass. Float glass is highly versatile and easy to process. It can be cut, drilled, shaped, and polished according to the required design before installation. In contrast, tempered glass cannot be cut or resized after the tempering process has been complete. Any attempt to modify it may cause the glass to shatter. Therefore, all fabrication work, including cutting, drilling, shaping, and polishing, must be completed before the tempering process begins. This makes planning and accurate measurements very important when working with tempered glass. The final property we will discuss is optical distortion. Fluid glass is generally free from optical distortion and provides a clear and natural view. Its smooth and uniform surface allows light to pass through the minimal visual interference. However, tempered glass may experience light optical distortion due to the heating and cooling process used during tempering. This can create small surface irregularities that may affect visual clarity. As a result, the view through tempered glass may sometimes appear slightly hazy or distorted compared to standard fluid glass. Despite this minor drawback, tempered glass remains a popular choice because of its superior strength, safety, and durability.
Manufacturing process of wooden glass. First, the raw material are melted in the furnace to product molten glass. Then the molten glass passes through an annealing layer where the temperature is carefully controlled. As the glass cools gradually, it forms a flat surface with a uniform thickness. Next, manufacturing process of tempered glass. For the tempered glass, the float glass is reheated in a furnace to around 700 degrees Celsius. After that, it undergoes rapid cooling. This process creates internal stress which make the glass such stronger than ordinarily. Next, I will explain the maintenance and cost of floating glass and tempered glass. Floating glass is harder to maintain and requires regular maintenance to preserve its shape, uniqueness, and beauty. However, it's less expensive than a tempered glass. On the other hand, tempered glass is easier to maintain due to its durability, but is more expensive than floating glass. Photo for floating glass and tempered glass.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today I would like to present about wired glass, also known as Georgian wired glass. Wired glass were invented by French Germans. It is a type of safety glass that contains steel wire mesh embedded inside the glass. The wire mesh acts as reinforcement and increases the safety performance of the glass. During the manufacturing process, the steel wire mesh is placed into the molten glass before it cools and hardens. As a result, the mesh becomes permanently embedded within the glass. One of the main safety features of wired glass is that when the glass breaks due to the impact, the wire mesh holds the broken piece in place. This helps reduce the risk of injury caused by falling glass fragments. In addition, wired glass has excellent fire resistance. It can withstand higher temperature and does not shatter easily when exposed to the heat. Because of this property, it is commonly known as fire-rated glass or fireproof glass. Next, I will explain the advantages and disadvantages of wired glass. The first advantage is that higher resistance to the heat and electrical shock compared to the ordinary glass. Secondly, wired glass is generally less expensive than other types of safety glass. Another advantage is that even when the glass breaks, the fragment remain attached to the wire mesh, reducing the possibility to shatter the glass spreading everywhere. However, there are also some disadvantages. Wired glass is not highly durable in areas that are frequently exposed to the rain and humidity. Besides that, the wire mesh embedded inside the glass may obstruct and distort the view. Another disadvantage is that when the glass breaks, the exposed wire mesh and can be sharp and may cause serious injuries if handled improperly. Now, let's look at the application of wired glass. Wired glass is widely used in places where fire resistance is required. It is commonly installed in windows and partitions of school, institutions, public buildings, government offices, and hotels. It is also using a long fire escape routes because it has contained the spread of fire and provide additional time for evacuation during emergency. In addition, white glass can be found in stairwells, hallways, skylight, roof, fire-resistant and fire-rated windows. In conclusion, white glass is safety glass reinforced with steel wire mesh. It also offers good fire resistance, infrared safety during breakage, and widely used in buildings that require fire protection. Despite some disadvantages, it remains a practical and cost-effective choice for fire-rated application.